I read the other day, apparently Liverpool's got the highest teenage pregnancy rate in the country. It's nice to know there's still one title Liverpool can win. I was quite surprised though, because just judging by Wayne Rooney standards, I always thought they preferred their women a lot older up there. I'm not that familiar with Liverpool, but I did have to go there every summer as a kid in the 1980s to catch the boat to Belfast. I should explain, both of my parents come from Northern Ireland, and as a youngster, I always used to find it quite traumatic being transported into what effectively was a war zone. There were riots, shootings. It certainly wasn't safe to go out after dark. So once we actually arrived safely in Belfast, it was always a massive relief. Talking about Wayne Rooney though, I see he's called his kid Kai. I don't really understand this fashion for footballers giving their kids ridiculous names, because of course you've got the Beckhams as well. They called theirs Cruz, Brooklyn and Romeo. But it's not just football players who are doing it. Even the owners of football teams have got in on the act. I don't know whether you're aware, but one of the new co-chairmen of Crystal Palace actually called his daughter Crystal Alice. God, I hope she don't go down as easily as they do. I drove here tonight. Driving in London's an absolute nightmare. The other day, I pulled up at a junction and someone from behind me crashed into me. I jumped out of the car to check she was okay, and immediately she burst into tears. I was like, what's the matter? No one's hurt. She said, oh, you don't understand. Yesterday, I crashed into a pole. I was like, well, yeah, you do get quite a few of them over here these days. I've got 3 of them in decorating my flat at the minute. You need to be able to drive in my job. I'm a journalist. I do the sport for a local paper in South East London called The News Shopper. Now, the biggest complaint you get from readers at The News Shopper is when they phone in demanding to know why they haven't had their paper delivered. But think about it, yeah? If you're 14 looking to earn yourself an extra few quid, and you live in, say, Lewisham or Thamesmead, are you going to become a paper boy, or are you going to become a crack dealer? I think I know which one pays more. As a sports journalist, I'm really looking forward to covering the Olympics next year. Yeah, I see they're holding the shooting in Woolwich. It's always nice to see us all take place in its traditional venue, isn't it? Some of the shit I get sent in on sport you wouldn't believe though. Like last month I had a press release come through from an organisation called the Dartford School Sports Partnership. Basically what they do, they organise inter-school competitions for primary school kids in Dartford. And the latest one they had was a speed shelf stacking competition. Now shelf stacking doesn't sound much like a sport to me, but remember these kids are from Dartford, so the sooner they become familiar with it, the more employable they're actually going to be. Journalism's changed a lot though since I started out. It's not so much about newspapers these days, but the internet and websites. Like the sports section of our website is really popular. Although admittedly I do find it quite hard getting Millwall fans to log on. Yeah, mainly because they block the internet in Belmarsh Prison. I love going to watch Millwall, it's brilliant. Just seeing their fans in action firsthand. It's almost like you're watching one of those David Attenborough wildlife shows, just the whole ritual of it. Like they all pile off the train at South Bermondsey, they're knocking back cans of super strength lager, they're walking around covered in tattoos and completely bare-chested. And the blokes are even fucking worse. I don't just do sports for the paper, I do other things as well. Sometimes I do film reviews too. I saw that King's Speech recently, you know the one that won all the Oscars? Yeah, I mean at 2 hours it was maybe a bit too long for me. I reckon they could have cut at least 30 minutes from it if they'd just taken out all the stuttering. I used to go out with a girl with a stutter. Sometimes she'd come along with me to the cinema when I was doing the film reviews. Once she went to get some popcorn and asked me if I wanted anything. I was like, yeah, some chocolate would be nice. How about a box of Maltesers? She only come back 20 minutes later with a pack of M&Ms. Afterwards, we went to a club. I said to her, tell me your favourite song and I'll get the DJ to play it. She said she didn't mind what I chose, just as long as it was something she could sing along to. I said, how about that Paul Hardcore song one about the Vietnam War? No, 19. The thing about people with stammers though is you've got to be patient with them. You can't just turn around to them and say, come on, spit it out. Mind you, I do miss those blowjobs as it goes. I was really serious about her. I even asked her to marry me at one point. I mean, okay, we split up 6 months later. I was still waiting for her to actually answer my question. Talking about weddings though, we've got that royal wedding coming up soon. I can't say it means anything to me. They say that we're not as obsessed about class in this country as we used to be. But did you know that 80% of the top earners in the UK went to either Oxford or Cambridge when they were younger? Yeah, I was surprised by that, because I went to Oxford when I was younger. Yeah, they were playing Charlton. Anyway, my name's Lee Green. You've been an absolutely fantastic audience tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck.